Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blake or Craft Master here, and today I'm going to show you how to build this fully auto sugarcane farm. So let's get right on into it. So big shout out to Mumbo who actually originally built this on his Hermitcraft server in his mega build. But I just wanted to do a in-depth tutorial on how to build this guy for all of you who are wondering. And this is actually a really efficient auto farm, which is really nice. And I added a little bit of tweaking. I put my own timing system in, so it's actually just fully automatic that way. But big shoutouts to him. I'll have his channel linked down below if you want to go check him out. I highly recommend you do. He's pretty cool. But let's get on to the actual build of this video. So in order to get started, we're going to need these materials here, and they're not in exact quantities because the only parts that really matter is the beginning and the end. This middle part here can be expanded for as long as you want in either direction, and you can also stack this on top of each other. It can go up high if you want to do that as well. But for this, we're going to need minecarts with hoppers, furnaces, or any immovable block like obsidian or blast furnace, whatever you have access to. Rails, both powered and non-powered, hopper, sticky piston, pistons, comparators, repeaters, redstone blocks, observers, slime blocks, redstone dust, chests, water buckets, sugarcane, slabs of any choice, a building block, some glass, some sand, or dirt would work for this too, and some oak leaves. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to find a spot to start digging out because we need to make the trenches for the minecarts. The way that you do that is you get a 2 wide piece here, skip a block, go 2 wide, skip a block, 2 wide, skip a block, 2 wide. And you can have this be as wide as you would like as well. It's just that you'd have to extend this bit down here and all the hoppers that are in the collection system as well. But this one right here is exactly what I have right here, so I'm just going to do this for now. But what you want to do is you want to take these and extend them for as long as you want. I'm just going to go down to here, but extend yours for as long as you want your thing to go, and then clear them out this entire way, all the way down for all 4 rows. Alright, so once you have your rows dug out, this is when you're going to want to put in your rails, and you want to get some of your redstone blocks and the rest of your rails here. And you don't have to use redstone blocks for this. You could use like a lever or really whatever just to power these redstone rails, like a torch, as long as they are powered. But what you want to do is just start by just fill in all the rows like this. And the way that you would do this is you have to put rails in order. Like you have to place them in a row or else they will connect like this. So you gotta do 1 row at a time all the way down to one side, and then you can fill in the rest. But fill in all of these with rails going all the way down and all the way back for all 4. Alright, so once you're done with that, find the middle of your rails, and this is where you're going to want to put your first row of the powered rails, just like that. And then from there, go middle, 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 and then count 7 blocks that way, 7 blocks that way, and then place another powered. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this block right here will be another powered. And do that for as long as you have your system, but don't go to the ends because there's a special system that we have on the ends that allows for the minecart return and for the minecart launch. So just do 7, 7, and then 7, 7, 7 for as long as you have your system, and do that for all 4 as well. Alright, so once you have all the powered rails and all the regular rails put in and in place, then we can start by putting the sand in, and this will just help us get a reference on where we're going to put the start and the end. But fill in sand on top of all of the rails all the way across on all 4 rows, just like this. And they should be floating, or technically floating above, and this allows the minecarts to go through and pick up anything that's on the sand here. So do that for all 4. Alright, so once you have this, go and find the middle of your build, and just make sure you put water. That one's actually off. Make sure you put water in the middle of all of them, just like this. You should end up with something that looks like this, and eventually we'll take care of the water out here. But just once you find the edge, place another bucket of water along the end of all of this, So it should continue all the way to the end of your sand, and do that on both sides, on the outside as well as the inside. And once you have all of that, we're going to need to trap it in with our stone slabs. So you're going to want to take the edge of this guy, just go out a little bit, and go along here, blocking it off, just like this. And you only have to do this for the outside, and because we'll put leaves on the inside above this. So just do this on the outside so the water doesn't flow everywhere like it's doing right now. Alright, so now that we have the water in, you can go and test to make sure that your sugarcane will stick to the sand or dirt, whatever you have, and not pop off. But as long as you have it on, have the water everywhere, sand should stay. And then you want to go along with your leaves, just cover up the water. So go all the way along every line with the water, and just fill it all the way in with the leaves like this. And do that for each row that has the water, including the outside. So once you have all of your leaves in, you want to find the end of your build, and make sure it's the end, not the start, because this is for the return and not the launch of the minecarts. You want to break. You're actually going to want to put some blocks here to stop the water, because you're going to be replacing these blocks here with powered rails all along here, and you'll see that sand will fall. You're going to have to replace that. But break the sand, throw down some of your redstone so you can get some powered rails in there. And do that for all 4. Get the redstone just like this. And this is so we can power the minecarts when they're on their way back, so they don't get stuck in this no man's land out here. And once you have that, you can throw down your sand again, and you can release the water to the end, because this part at the end is a little bit simpler, but takes a little bit of a trick. You're going to want to go out a block like that, so go 1 rail past and then go 1 rail more past the edge of your sand, because the minecarts actually will get stuck if you have the incline right here. So you want to go 1 block more and go up 1 and then break that block. Break the rail. And do that for all 4 of these. Just go 1, 2. And you're actually going to want to do it like this. So place the incline, then place this one, then do this one, and break the top, so they won't get all funky. But again, just make sure you're placing it in the direction, like place 1 rail at a time, like this, and then you can break the top. And do that for all 4. And then you'll have the return system pretty much set. You just gotta put another line of blocks here, and you're all good. Alright, so once you've done with the rails, fill it in so these blocks are all level with the sand. Now make sure that none of the sugarcane gets trapped somewhere weird where the minecarts can't get it. But once you're done with that, we're going to want to make the return system, and that is pretty simple. Build out to the edge where your leaves are, and then with a observer, throw that guy down there, just like that, and then take the output, so this block right here, build to the center, and then go 1, 2 blocks this way, put a piston facing the start, which is going to be over there, with redstone dust, repeater on 4 ticks, just like that, then 2 more dust like that. When you see a block, it's extended like that, and then it gets retracted. So you have the return system pretty much done. You actually need to move this guy 1 forwards, like that. There we go. Break that block if you want to save. There we go. There we go. Alright. Now this is all correct. These guys should be in the same plane. This should be 1 behind it. And this will return the flying machine back to the beginning, where it can be on the clock to come back out here. But once you have this guy done, you pretty much just want to fill it all in, so nothing gets shot out at the end. And this is where you're going to need your furnace and your glass. And your furnace row is pretty important, because these are all immovable blocks. And this side isn't as important, because when you see that we move our flying machine, it doesn't actually hit this wall here, but it hits this part of the wall. So this part of the wall has to be furnaces. So you want to do the middle all the way over to the edge here. So find your middle. 1, go all the way across like that, and you can go beneath. And just build all the way across so you're touching the observer. And then with the rest of it, then you can grab your glass and fill in the rest on top and on bottom. Make sure you get both sides, so none of your sugarcane will fly out. And you'll see what I mean when I launch the machine, because it like shoots the items. It just fires them right off. But for the rest of this, just fill in your glass. It just needs to be a singular wall like this, just like we have over here. And that will stop all the items from flying off into the distance, and they will drop right down into your hoppers, just like we want. So once you have your return wall done, we need to build this guy up a little bit and build this guy here. Leave a slot here because your flying machine is actually going to fit right on into here. It's going to be launched back out the other way. But once you have that, write on some more leaves, go all the way across like this. And for these guys, place them all the way in. And for this guy, go up 1, 2 like that. So you should see that it's in line with this, but these guys stay at ground level and then go all the way across the top like this. But you don't want it to be in front of the piston like we have over here, because the flying machine fits right on into there. So have the piston be free and the block right next to the piston be free. So the end of your system should look something like this. And then that's all done. So you see, if we throw a block here, piston gets extended, which will shoot the flying machine all the way back to where it started. And all of your collection down here is done, just like this. And you should have your powered rails on, so the minecarts don't get stuck. But that is pretty much the end of the return station. Let's get started on the actual launching station. Alright, so at the start of your machine, you're going to want to clear out the area so you can see the rails. And we're going to want to break the first row of sand, just like this. And your water shouldn't flow over, because this is the end of the water's path. What you can do here is extend this guy out by 1. Actually, you have to do them in the correct order, like I've said before. So do 1 at a time, just like this. And then you can build up the other one like this. Now I'm leaving 1 behind so they don't connect, because the next thing we have to do is pretty similar to what we did on the other side, is we have to extend this 1 more, like this, all the way across. You actually throw your sand back in. So that part is all good and set. But now what you want to do is build it up exactly what we did in the last one. Do this row here like this, and make sure it's that 2 block space between the sand and the tilt, which we're going to make with powered rails this time, just like this. We'll go up, 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 and up. You can actually break all of these guys because we don't need them. So you should see that looks something like this, and then you can put your regular rails in. You're actually going to have to fix your powered rails once you do that. So grab your powered rails again, throw them on top, on top, on top, and on top like that. So it should be looking like this. You're going to want to have it 2 blocks this way so the minecarts don't get stuck, and then you can fill it in with blocks on all sides, just like this. And you pretty much have the basic part of the launching station done. You're going to want to put a row of blocks across the top, like we did on the other side. And then we can actually get working on the redstone to launch them off. Alright, once you have your rails done, we now need to do the redstone to power the rails, and that includes a repeater, just like that. And you're going to want to go down 1 block below your containment, and then go 2 blocks out. So just like this, all the way across. And this is going to be where your redstone goes to launch all the minecarts, which would be connected to the flying machine. So find your row, do 2 repeaters, skip 1, 2, skip 1, 2, skip 1, then 2. So it should look like this, and then connect all of them up with a little bit of redstone along the back. So you should be seeing something like this, and if you want to test it, throw down some power source, and all of these guys should be powered like that. And if they do work, extend all of this to 4 ticks, like that, all the way to the last setting. Just like this. Alright. Perfect. So now we're going to want to actually automatically launch the minecarts. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to use an observer here. Just like it's like the same system or same idea down there. So find the edge, build up a block, and then place an observer facing away. Then take the output of that block like this and go down, you want to go out this way because you're going to want to have it go like this. So take redstone all the way down, and you should see that all of these guys light up if you put a block. And remove it just to check. Yep, so you see all those guys light up, which is perfect, which is exactly what you want. And the way that you can clean this up is put a couple blocks like that, and then put your leaves along here. And now you have the minecart launch done. We need to build up this wall, and then we need to get the timing done so we can actually launch the flying machine. So this guy again is going to be using the furnaces like we have down there. And I want to put them in line with this guy all the way to the center. And then right above this guy, I'm going to put a piston facing the end. Just like that. So it should be the one right next to the middle line, just like that. But the rest of this can now be filled in with glass all the way across. And do it for this way as well. And build it up 3 tall. And for the rest of it, just place it on top. Just like that. So you have your wall that will drop into the collection, and then fill the rest of it in with your leaves like this. And do your line across the top. Then build this guy up to the top as well. So it should look pretty similar to that. Fill your leaves in across the top. Just like that. And it should look like this. You should have the block up like that, and you should see that it looks very similar to this with the stone pillar. You can put right here, and this is what it looks like from the back. So you're pretty much done. You just need to put the launching mechanism in, and you need to build the flying machine. So let's do the launch, and then we can do the flying machine after that. So here is going to be where you're going to use some of your hoppers. And with that, you're going to put a redstone block here. You're going to need to grab a regular piston and place it right here like this. And another one right here like that. So once you have your pistons and your block like this, make a little platform that goes 2 blocks past each piston and goes 1 block out. And this will be where all of your timing is. So you're going to want to place a comparator like this, comparator like that, and then place your hopper here, break that hopper, make it like that. So the hoppers go into each other. Then take your redstone output, go like this, and do a repeater in, and a repeater in. And you should see these connect. You want to stop that, so put a block there, and they should no longer connect all the way up. And this is pretty much done. You just gotta put a stack of blocks of any kind in here. And the way that this works is that it detects how many blocks are in here. So once there's enough blocks, it powers it. So about like 24, 28, it powers it to the second level. You should see around 46, it powers the next one, which pushes the redstone over to the other side. And then it repeats the same thing over here. It retracts a piston once it doesn't have all 48 in the machine, and it just repeats this pattern. So I'm actually going to build it on this side down here. You want to start by placing a sticky piston, then go around the sticky piston and place another sticky piston like that. And then take your slime blocks, go all the way along until the edge, and this is where you're going to put another build block. And you can do the same thing here. Build block on the edge, sticky, 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 all the way to the end. And now, this is where you're going to put one observer, just like this, like that, there we go. And then you want to put another one that is facing the other direction, like this, there we go. And you should see that if we release this guy, it starts going, just like that. And you can put a block here just to pick it up again, so that guy starts firing. And now, once it moves all the way down to here, you should see that it takes a little bit for it to get fully set up, because it's not instantly in sync. It will eventually get in sync with the timer, but you see that it just goes all the way across, then comes all the way back, and repeats this pattern over and over and over again. But we are not done yet. We still need our fat collection system, and we're going to throw minecarts in. So what we need to do for our collection system is I'm actually going to break this so it doesn't fire. It should just come back here and rest. And then if you want to start it again, throw your block of redstone back in there and it'll just shoot off. But for our collection system, we need to put hoppers underneath the powered rails. We need to put hoppers, and hoppers under each of these. So you're going to want to find these guys, which are this block right here. And I'll just mine it all the way across, just like I have here. So we can get our hoppers in a straight line, feeding all the items into one spot. What you're going to want to do is find a block, then place a hopper going down, and then place hoppers going all the way across. Just like that, and then go into the other side. Hoppers going into the middle hopper all the way across like that. And if you look, you should see the hoppers looking like this, and then go into your thing. Place minecart, rail, powered rail, across like this, break it, replace, and do that for all 4. So powered rail, block, break, block. Just like that. And that means when the minecarts are here, they will automatically they'll automatically deposit all of the stuff that they have in their inventories into the hoppers. So they'll just automatically deposit, and then they'll get shot off again once it's time for them to go. And just do that for all 4 of your tracks. Alright, so once you have your hoppers in, you're going to want to get some kind of chest system. I'm just going to do 1 chest, but this thing fills up incredibly fast. So you're going to probably want to have at least probably like 8 chests of this if you're planning on storing it, because it just works so well. And depending on how big your farm is, you're going to have to just increase your storage exponentially, because this thing works really well and actually produces really quickly. But we're almost done. Make a quick outline of leaves on the edges so none of the sugarcane gets bounced out. Just do that on the top for each side all the way across, and do it for the other side as well. And if you haven't already, do this top row of leaves on the edge so all the drops actually just fall into the minecarts. Alright, so now if you've done the final leaves, you're going to want to throw down your minecarts. Just place them in like this. They should fall down a little bit like that so they're ready. And once you do that, you can test if the minecarts go off by placing or breaking the block there. And you should hear or see them all go. And then in a little bit they will come back. But this little system just extends them, shoots them off. And the way that this works is that when this flying machine leaves, it shoots off the minecarts. And then when it gets back, it shoots off the minecarts again, because it detects that there's a block there. So the first trip, as you can see, the minecarts returned. The first trip, the minecarts won't really get anything, but the second trip is where they get all of the good loot. So now you're done. You just need to throw in your sugarcane, go all the way along the rows, and you should see that it doesn't pop off. The leaves don't affect it. You should see that there's water everywhere. And just put it in all rows like this. And once you have it all filled in, you're ready to fire off your machine. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so now if you have all of your sugarcane in and all of your leaves in and you have your flying machine set, you're now ready for your final touch, the redstone block. And once you have the redstone block in there, you should see that it automatically launches the minecarts whenever this guy goes. So this guy goes, it gets pushed back, knocking all of the sugarcane. The sugarcane is really new, so it's not going to grow yet. Unlike this stuff, which is actually growing relatively quickly. But you should see, watch the minecarts. It's going to hit here, and the minecarts go off. And then it should launch again, due to the timer. And it's actually pretty quick. So if it gets set up, once it gets synced and everything, the piston retracts instantly as this guy gets here. And then it shoots it off again, and it will be in the perfect sync. And if you want to increase it, wait some more, throw some more blocks in here. Or if you want to make it go a little bit faster, don't have the repeater over here, have the repeater right here so it doesn't need any tick. Just have like a 1 block in here, so it just goes bop, 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 and it automatically shoots it off. But you see, has enough time to chill, wait for it to grow again, and the minecarts go out and pick it up. And then all of your loot should get deposited right back on into here. Now you're done. You have your fully auto sugarcane farm. And again, like I said, you can make this go for as long or as tall. You can stack them pretty high too, as you want. Let's launch this guy going. And you can see that it kind of gets a little crazy. And that's what I meant by launching the sugarcane. You see them flying. So that's why we need these walls back here. And the walls will actually just drop the extra sugarcane down into the minecarts, where they'll automatically get deposited. And you can see that stuff like that, it gets pushed along here. And that's why we have this block here, because it will get pushed all the way along, just like this. And it actually collides with a block here, and then gets pushed down. So it's completely lossless. And it's just really efficient, really nice and easy. Just AFK, and you'll have as much sugarcane as you ever need in your life. I don't know what you're going to do with it. Trade it with villagers, maybe. But there you have it. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please do leave a like. And of course, subscribe. And also comment down below what kind of farms you want to see me do in the future. If you guys have any ideas for a mega farm like this one, let me know down below. And big shout out to Mumbo. I originally saw this build on his Hermitcraft server, so I decided to do a little tutorial on it for all of you who wanted to see how it was made and done. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.